This is the forest of the Gemlands, but not long ago it looked like this. Today we're transforming this landscape into a dense forest, not just for the looks, but to hide all the massive farms we will build underground. Let's get to work. I started with the lighthouse, a top priority for the safety of the incoming ships. Once the beacon was lit, I started building the bridge to connect the lighthouse to the mainland. Now the power plant. I started building the forest floor first, and then I started with the amethyst clusters. From these crystals they will harvest the power and send it through the realm. It will be the bouncing heart of the forest. The lumber mill. This will be the storage of our industrial area. All the items will be transferred to here. I took heavy inspiration from Kralis of Hermitcraft for this build. He creates amazing builds. Finally, the forest. I started creating these corrupted trees as if the power plant is altering the landscape. For the rest of the woods I studied beat-up style to get those organic shapes. It's a bit sparse for now, but the smaller details will bring it alive later on in the video. With the forest complete, I turned my attention to the smaller details. I wanted the forest to look truly overgrown, as the energy radiating from the crystals has made the soil incredibly fertile. I created a bench over here, a quiet spot for the workers of the power plant, so they can take a well-deserved break after their hard work. You will also notice more crystals on the floor around the power plant. It's the energy pushing them up through the dirt. While the left side is already dense with detail, it's time to shift our focus to the right. I plan to incorporate some rocky outcrops to break up the greenery a bit. And here we have the picnic area for the lumber mill crew. Just behind it I'm building a small pond, a place where they can unwind or spend the afternoon fishing. I need to gather all the supplies for the terraforming. For me, it's a lot like painting. You need the right colors and textures in your palette to make the landscape look natural. Now that we stocked up, it's time to start painting the landscape. I started without a blueprint, just a vision. Let's see how this pond takes shape. The pond is done, but it feels a bit naked. To make it look like it's been here for centuries, I need to layer the vegetation. I've added bushes and a small custom tree to fill up this area. It creates a nice focal point that helps the pond to feel integrated in the forest. Now it's full of life, but it's lacking variety. It's time to introduce some rock formations to break up all the greenery and add some much needed contrast. I'm using a mix of stones to keep it organic, not too perfect. Adding these rocks helps break up the landscape, giving it so much needed weight. And I'm tucking in some bushes right there. It softens the hard edges of the stone, making it look like the forest has been slowly reclaiming these rocks for years. Alright, the forest is starting to look great, but there's still a lot of ground to cover. I'm going to finish up the rest of the greenery and the details around here off camera. I will be back in a bit to show you the final result. Welcome back. The forest feels alive now. But as I started walking through it, I realized one thing. The path just didn't feel right. It disrupts the flow. Let's stir it up and try something more organic. I started mining the path, so we can change it to more fitting blocks. With a mixture of gravel, rooted dirt, turf and cobblestone stairs, the path is really starting to take shape. It makes it look lived in and one with the nature of the forest. Near the pond I added a bit of mud and rooted mud to give the dirt that damp wet feel. The forest feels alive now, but we aren't done yet. The area behind the lumber mill is still empty, and we definitely need to change that. I placed the forest floor and the custom trees first. It gave me a clear sense of the space I was working with, and helped set the boundaries for the industrial zone. And now for the details. Well, it seems like the lumber mill crew has been busy. With the fallen trees and the timber carts in place, it finally feels the forest is being harvested in front of your eyes. Now it's time to add some rock formations to define the edge of the forest. I want to create a clear transition between my forest and the Minecraft generated landscape. So, I finished the rocks, but I kinda got carried away and ended up expanding the forest even more. It just felt like this area needed more depth and not being cut off in a straight line. I added this bigger pond right here, which will be the perfect spot for a small fishing dock later on. I will finish up the greenery and all those tiny details now, and I will be right back with the results. I've been spending days on these tiny details, but it's the only way to make the forest feel real. It's a massive grind, but look at the difference it makes. Every leaf and every stone tells a story here, and I'm not stopping until every block is perfect. While I'm finishing up the rest of the forest, you can click that subscribe button, so you don't miss out on any future projects. A barrel, copper golem, and a lantern. So, that should do it. But for now, while I'm fixing this shulker monster, you can enjoy the final results of the forest. I hope you like it.
After the Great War ended, the Luminari brought crystals as a gift of peace. The people of Iron Haven were afraid of their magic and kept them hidden deep under the ground. But time went by and trust returned. Where the crystals were buried, a forest full of life began to grow. The magic spread through the soil and changed everything. Our wise men found a great power inside these stones, an energy so strong it could power all of the Gemlands. With this energy, we were able to create automation, a lighthouse to guide the ships, and a great lumber mill to harvest the trees as far as the eye can see. People from everywhere came to see the glowing forest. Beekeepers arrived and found that the bees, touched by the glow of the crystals, made so much honey, it drips out of the hives. People started building tents, wanting to live in this new world. This is the start of a new era for the Gemlands. But what will we build next?
That was all for today. I hope you liked the transformation of the forest. Leave a like if you did and let me know what projects I should work on next. See ya!